Shut up and sit down.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Steel City Fandom. This is the movie review. I haven't done one for this name yet. So it's the movie review for Antman Quantumania.
Quantumania! Yeah.
Quantumania. So yeah, we just
Antman
watched
3.
Antman 3. Trace.
Antman and the Wasp.
Antman and the Wasp, number 2.
Quantumania.
So we're not going to do any... this is all what,
Spoiler.
Justin?
Spoilers!
And where can you find us, Ken?
Anywhere. Just Google Steel City Fandom on your Google machine and we'll show up on your podcast catcher, your social media, whatnot.
Lance is here, first time on the new show.
I know.
He probably didn't even realize we changed the name.
No.
He didn't. He didn't listen.
No, I saw. I was wondering if Justin was actually going to be able to be on this show this week. So
Actually, can I pimp our TeePublic store since we have
Sure.
T-shirts?
Go right ahead. We'll do it on the weekend review, too, but you can do it here, too.
We got T-shirts now with our logo on it. I just got our residual check for January. It
Did you?
was $7.
Yeah.
Me and Justin.
Don't blow it all in one place.
So
You
yeah,
better not be toy shopping with that $7.
my Spotify fees will eat that up real quick. So, but yeah. So yeah.
How do you find us on TeePublic?
I think if you search Steel City Fandom,
We got to put the link to the TeePublic store on
We
our
do.
YouTube page.
Yeah,
and
yeah, we'll
everywhere
put it, yeah,
else.
yeah.
I got to do that
'Cause you
because I
can
tried to look it up once, just looking it up to show it
It's
to
tough.
someone, and it wouldn't pop up.
We have the same problem with the toy show.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, come on, care about us. Now that if I search Butler Area Toy Show, you do come up.
oh, do we? Okay.
Yeah.
It might take a little bit to get into the
Yeah.
the searching zeitgeist. So we'll
So
see.
this will be on YouTube as well.
All
This
right.
is just the Ant-Man review. Justin already said spoilers. We're going to get into it. We're going to spoil the shit out of this. If you haven't watched the movie yet, go watch it. Or if you don't care, just listen to this. So we might as well give a quick overview of what we thought about it. Start with the cheese down there. What did you think about this movie?
It was pretty much exactly what I expected based on the trailers.
And what did you expect?
There's the typical dumb Ant-Man humor, but they didn't overdo it to the point of the Thor movie, to where that was just ridiculous dumb comedy. There was some good action. The CGI looked great. The whole quantum realm world looked really cool. Yeah, it was pretty much exactly what I expected based on the trailer.
All right. Ken, how about your thoughts?
I liked this movie. I liked and I think I'm going to be in the minority about this because it reminds me of like the Doctor Strange-esque weirdness. I liked it. Now there's some parts I had problems with. Plot convenient ants is one of them, but yeah, I enjoyed it. I had fun. I smiled.
He did.
Rock?
I liked it. I thought it dragged in parts. Mm. It kind of felt like Marvel meets Star Wars. I told that to Ken right after it ended.
I agree.
And it was definitely the setup for the next phase of movies, for sure.
Okay. Lance?
I liked it. It was was not what I expected. Actually, I thought it was going to be a lot more. I don't want to say stupid Guardians of the Galaxy humor, but it was just the right amount. I agree with Justin. The quantum realm scenery, things like that, was really, really good. The acting, Kang, was really, really good.
Yeah,
I like that kid. What's his name? Lee Majors?
Jonathan.
It's definitely Lee Majors.
Lee Majors.
I was sort of pissed off at the Michelle Pfeiffer character. Janet Van Dyne. It was just...
Well, it's the typical Marvel trope where we can't have a conversation about
Oh,
it.
there was
Right.
tropes galore in this movie.
They hit them all. I think.
They hit every single one you could possibly think of.
So, yeah, that's it.
Okay. I'll start with the good. I like Jonathan Majors, and that's it. He was good. He was very good as Kang. Very good actor, very believable. The rest of this movie was completely pointless. I kind of thought in this movie that Ant-Man was somehow going to be the one that let Kang out, which started the whole Kang Dynasty and everything to that. They went in and came out right where they were. Nothing changed. Like, nothing mattered.
I think they really dropped the ball with that.
I think they did too.
They could have shown like a time lapse of months passing of them trying to get
like
them
no
out.
time even.
Yeah, it's like, oh, this afternoon, let's just.
Yeah.
So the Quantum Realm, when he was in it for 5 hours,
It exists outside of time.
Yeah.
he was in it for 5 hours in Infinity War. In Endgame is what he said. I was
5
gone
years.
5 hours was 5 years. Janet Van Dyne was in it for 30 years, aged 30 years. And like everything passed normally. Now they were in there for, it felt like a couple days maybe, right? So you'd say 48 hours, 36 hours, and they came out, it's like no time passed at all. Like,
Yeah.
But I feel like they said before that the time it moves, it's not predictable, so you can't use one example. I'm not defending it,
no,
but
I
I'm just
understand
saying,
what you're saying. Maybe there's, but it felt
it's unpredictable.
But some time had to pass in our world for them to make that machine again.
exactly.
But they showed none of that. They're just like,
Yeah.
oh, we just have to flip the switch and it's ready to go.
Yeah.
I think they really dropped the ball where they could have made a cool scene with that, where they're
Yeah.
experimenting, trying to figure it out.
Well, I thought, like, again, that the point was going to be, like, they explain to you at the end when they show you the end scene as all the other Kangs getting together, that this had to be the worst Kang because they exiled him to the Quantum Realm. So, like, all the rest of them really weren't causing much trouble. I don't know what they're doing. They were obviously
They
created.
were all working towards the same goal.
They were obviously created from the events of Loki 1. Spawned all of them again, right? Because you had the one who remains,
Yeah.
and then they spawned all them. At some point, they had to get rid of this one because he was the worst. Well, he died. Like,
No, I don't know if he died.
No, he was sucked into. He was sucked
He's
into
in the
the.
negative zone.
He
Yeah.
got sucked in the time
battery.
machine. Yeah, the time battery.
I just felt like you really could explain this whole movie in a 2-minute little story about, hey, here's Kang, this is what he did. All that shit in the
They're not
middle.
going to make $1 billion doing that.
Well, they ain't gonna make $1 billion off this either. But all that shit in the middle was just trope after trope. Like, Janet Van Dyne can't tell anybody her secret. She's so good with all the stuff she does that, like, she's able to figure out fucking future tech and how to fix it. She was from the 60s, for Christ's sake.
Well, that was the same thing. How did Cassie Lang all of a sudden know how to make a satellite to the quantum
Yeah,
realm?
everybody is so
In the
smart.
5 years.
Hank helped.
Yeah, and like there's
Hank now.
there's a course
He had
like
a
a dictator, and there's a civil war, and there's a strong female that leads the civil war. Every fucking trope they hit one after another, and the whole thing about it is Kang didn't have any Pym particles, so he couldn't get that thing. You mean to tell me this guy who's from the year what came from 3000 something like that, who has all this future tech that he can like bend time and do all this stuff, can't figure out how to make a shrink ray? I mean, he can't figure out how to make Pym particles.
No.
Only Hank Pym from the
He needs the
60s.
materials.
He did. He built an entire army and armada and castles, and he was like, I can't figure out a shrink ray. Like, that's so stupid to me. That's all he needed was Pym particles. Like, it made him look like an idiot to me. He just sat around going, well, one day, hopefully the Pyms come back and I can get out of here. But in the meantime, I got this giant engine. You couldn't plug into the giant engine somehow?
No,
Like,
it was
just-
halfway in the ground.
it was just halfway into the thing. It was very, very stupid. Everything in between it was very stupid. Like, I get you wanted to introduce Kang, and it's like the end. I like seeing all the Kangs, and I like the possibility of Ramatot and Immortus and all these people. All great characters.
I think those Kangs at the end were celebrating his death. So I think they were afraid of him.
I think so,
now,
too.
Now he's out of the way. They're free to do whatever the hell they want.
Which makes me think that you're going to have to deal with these lesser Kangs and this legion of Kangs, and then
Till Big Bad Kang came back, who was beaten by ants.
plot community ants. Yeah, the new future
Plot
tech.
convening ants.
They
is what-
showed us
They were
ants at the
technologically
beginning.
advanced.
Yeah, they were advanced ants, and they swarmed him, and that's what beat Kang.
He
Some
wasn't
conquer.
expecting all those swarm of ants.
It was so stupid.
And
everything that
MODOK's
happened in the
face
world.
turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he wasn't expecting MODOK's face.
MODOK looked completely stupid.
I
That
thought he
mask.
looked fine until they took the mask off.
The mask
Yeah,
off. Oh, the
his
mask.
stretched out face was.
Yeah, that was.
I thought he looked really cool in robot form, and I was stuck with that. I'd have been like,
Yeah.
put his brain in there. He looks so CGI stupid, that big dumb face, just to see that actor.
I mean, it's a kind of stupid. It's a stupid.
It is a stupid gimmick.
Yeah,
and then, you know what? Another thing that annoyed the shit out of me in this movie is everybody's fucking mask coming on and off.
Well, you
every
just got to
Marvel
flick
movie.
like this.
Well,
non-stop.
I mentioned to Brock, I didn't think they could do their size manipulation
No!
without the helmet on.
That was
Yeah.
one of their things. If you do size manipulation, you had to leave the helmet on so you could breathe and operate the thing. And she's just taking hers off, and they're taking everyone's mask off. Kane couldn't leave. He looked cool with it on. He had to keep shut. Hey, everybody, look, it's Jonathan Majors. I got to take my mask off. I'm so over the disappearing mask. It happens so much. It's so stupid.
It's the new. It's the Marvel trope.
Explain this to me. All right, so you're Ant-Man. You're in the quantum realm. You're really, really small. Making yourself bigger should not be the taxing thing that it is now, right? That it is.
Well, I don't think it
when
really taxed him. Like, I don't think he really got as stressed as Civil War getting in, like in beginning, you know, in that aspect. But I think because he got used to doing it, where Cassie wasn't used to the growing.
She figured it out real fast.
Well, but she also fainted because she wanted citrus.
Everybody in this movie knows exactly what they need to do. No one struggles. Janet Van Dyne, like, it was so easy for her. Like, I know you haven't been in a quantum realm in, like, what? I don't know how many years have passed there. A couple of years since 5 years at least since Janet came back, and then she was zapped away for 5 years.
But it could have been.
It could have been a few seconds.
Yeah, you never know.
He had built this huge empire.
Oh, yeah,
she knew exactly right where to go. We just got to go to this local bar. It's right over here. How do you know where you're flying to or what you're doing? She just shows up and is like, oh, there's Bill Murray. Oh, and we fucked a while a few times while you know you were away because we had nothing else to do. So everybody's dialogue was completely idiotic in this movie. The way people interacted with each other, the whole like. Oh, here's a special drink you have to drink so you can hear English words. Like,
I like that.
There's a little drink you have to
at
drink.
least they should-
And this one comes out of my body, but I don't have any holes. Where's the juice come from? Like, it was so weird.
I at least liked the fact that they at least acknowledged it, unlike every other Marvel movie where they just go, everyone can, like Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians of the Galaxy, they have an earpiece in. Is what does.
And you're telling me that's any more?
I would have been fine with like, here, put these in, and you can hear us. Instead, you have to drink magical squid juice in order to hear.
Kind of like
it.
the babblefish from.
They didn't explain to me
God,
what.
yeah.
They didn't tell you what it was exactly, or
Yeah,
like,
you're drinking. It
was ooze.
It was ooze. Drinking meat.
it was so weird. Like the light ball face guy, and then the guy.
broccoli guy.
Yeah, the random black guy that knows how to read your mind. Like, is he looks at like he's a human.
The hilarious thing about him is he's the one everybody was. Oh, that's Reed Richards. It's gotta be Reed Richards.
No Reed Richards here. This was so stupid. Everything in between the beginning and the end. And like I said, he really didn't. No time change. Cassie can instantly just rebuild another portal to go right where they're at. You know, because everything's so fucking easy.
It was a map. So like that was the thing about the device is she was mapping the quantum realm.
Yeah.
So I'll give them a little pass there, despite the fact that they didn't show us the months it took them to rebuild it.
Yeah,
But
I wish they would have kept the other actress to play Cassie Lang. I don't like this girl at all.
I don't really have one.
I don't know why they switched her out. That made no sense.
Because
to me.
the actress that they had play Cassie in Endgame, she was a relative unknown. Nobody knew who they were. Mm-hmm. Apparently, Cassie is going to be a big thing going forward. So they needed a big, well-known actress to play it.
I never saw her before.
Is that girl a big, well-known actress?
She's pretty well-known.
Oh, okay.
She was in
I'm pretty sure she's gotten. I don't know that she's gotten an Academy Award nomination, but I know she's been Golden Globe nominated.
I mean, why does that matter for their movies? Like, was the other girl that bad of an actress? Because this girl wasn't leveling me with this awesome talent, just running around, not listening to her.
I'm only going to Marvel movies for great acting.
I do.
Jonathan Majors is a good actor. He pulls off Kang really well.
He's an imposing guy.
He is. He looks good. I wish he'd keep that damn visor down. I don't know what the constant...
What was the point of that, though?
I
The
don't
blue
know.
face.
Yeah.
It was an energy field.
because he's Blueface in the comic.
Yeah, but
Well, yeah, but I think because all his minions have that, like, it's like his shield.
Yeah.
You can still, like...
maybe that's how he communicates with them.
I still don't understand why he couldn't solve the shrinking problem. Of all things that Kang can't come up...
He needs the materials.
Has Kang in the comic books ever created pin particles?
Kang has so many fucking weapons.
But he's never made a shrink ray.
Thanos was able to make them pretty quick.
Yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
We had the Infinity Gauntlet.
No, whenever they went back in time, he reverse engineered him, and that's how he brought his whole army.
Oh, that's right. Well, Thanos is
And,
better.
you know,
than
I
Kang.
feel like it's also very similar
I
to
think it's
that.
materials.
Where like, you know how we had a Thanos, and then like they killed that Thanos, and then another version of Thanos from another time come. It's very similar. It's very like, well, here's one Kang. That's
Well,
gonna be
that's
your final
comics.
Kang. We're gonna get
It is
another Kang.
comics.
That's comics. You kill off a character, bring one in from another.
I feel like
universe.
Kang and Thanos are too similar to go back to back with them. They both have
Yeah.
these armies. They both have this conquering presence about them. I don't know.
I think Kang's more evil than Thanos was.
Thanos was
He had some good ideas.
Thanos
did.
was looking for balance.
Yeah.
Kang is looking to conquer.
What depends? There's a lot of versions of Kang that are nice.
Yeah, this is the worst one.
And I think he comes back.
That one's gone. That one's not gone.
And I think he's the reason, they talked about Secret Wars. I think he figures out what to do to destroy all the timelines, and that's the Secret War. Mm-hmm. So,
Yeah.
This is their
Beyonder.
yeah. This is going to be their Beyond.
I think so, yeah.
Because Beyonder was stupid.
Oh, come on! I'm
Just
really
Elvis
looking
impersonator.
forward to that white jumpsuit.
I feel like you could have done this whole movie in one episode of Loki season 2 and told the whole story about where he's at and how he gets at. I didn't feel this even needed a movie for it. I felt like it was a waste of a... I mean, it really wasn't an Antman or a Wasp movie. Wasp had a few
It was
scenes.
a Kang movie.
I'm tired of that girl's Wasp anyways. If I never see her again,
Yeah,
I'm fine.
she kinda
was
Her-
Angelina Jolie.
Yeah, I'm done. Here's 50 years old trying to look like she's 25. Get rid of her. I'm done with her.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean... And then the last end scene was then Victor Timely, which is another Kang version. Obviously, that's a lead into Loki season 2.
Yeah.
'cause,
Yeah.
those two guys are there.
Now, is that Kang posing as Victor Timely? Because it seemed to think Loki seemed to think that he was
more
threat.
dangerous.
Yeah.
Unless they're trying to find the origins of Kang's time travel.
Yeah.
I think it's going to get real old, all these different versions. Every
Well, they showed there's thousands of them.
I
Yeah.
know.
The
They're all
different
carrying on
races.
laughing.
Yeah.
One was a Skrull.
Yeah.
The Skrull one was cool looking.
Yeah, that was really the part I enjoyed the most. I thought the big battle was really dumb. The ants, little it's just trope after trope after
The
trope.
ants bother me because it's plot convenience, and it bothers me in every Marvel movie.
They're super
The
smart.
Marvel guy, the hero shows up with the unexpected army. They did it in Ragnarok, Endgame. That's their new thing.
Yeah, I thought it was really odd. Just to, you know what? I think. Remember, Rian Johnson was going to make that Star Wars trilogy, and it never did. That was all the leftover characters that he was going to use.
Disney had all these
Disney
CGI.
had all these CGI already done. They're like, we never made that Rian Johnson universe, so let's just use them. They got like a scorpion head and a light bulb head.
If
And
this was a
two
Star
guys
Wars,
on like an amoeba that's split, and
we were talking shit, but I
like
like
fucking Flash Gordon to me.
But that's what I thought was cool because they were in the in the quantum realm, the microverse, and shit was looking like placebos and different like cell organisms.
Yeah.
I thought that giant weird wave thing.
Paramecia.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was,
I enjoyed that stuff.
I think
Like,
that guy that Janet stabbed and cut his arm off, I think that was supposed to be Bug. It looked a lot like
They
Yeah.
that.
couldn't use any of that, so they just
Bug is the only one they're allowed to use. Everyone else is owned by Hasbro.
Probably Hasbro now.
Yeah, I don't know who bought out whoever
Yeah.
had Micronauts at the time, but
yeah, right.
But that definitely looked like him and similar powers. They didn't. He's never going to be seen again, so it probably isn't Bug.
Again, it's another Marvel movie that I feel I really don't care if I see again.
that's fine. But I think the reason I like it is because this is the comic books I like. Like, this is the style that I
Did that look like comic book stuff to you?
I was so much out.
It looked like bad CGI, like space movie stuff to
If
me.
you take MODOK out of it, I think there was good stuff in it.
Bill Murray's scene was painful.
Well, I fucking hate Bill Murray.
It was painful.
It was painful because of Bill Murray.
It was
Yeah,
so
I'm-
stupid.
I'm
like,
glad that his was short, or that it was
a cameo.
short single scene cameo.
Yeah.
Because they may have just called him Bill. It
Yeah.
was just Bill
Yeah.
Murray.
Yeah. And no one knows that character from the comics anyways, so it's like...
I mean, is that a character from the comic?
Yeah, it's... So we never have to see him again.
Yeah, that's good. Because he was eating things and everything and it got big and it swallowed, it ate him. And
Yeah.
I don't know. This wasn't it for me. This movie. It was odd. It was really odd. But,
It set the table.
yeah. It set a table, all right, for Kang. Some version of Kang. We're going to get a lot of versions of Kang.
Well, you're going to get Ramatut and Mortis and Iron Lad, because that's I think the technology Kang was.
Mm-hmm. It would be nice because you can use Ramatut to actually bring in the Fantastic Four.
You could do a couple different, like...
Or the mutants.
Yeah.
Or if you use these three, if Kang the Conqueror comes back and these three need to assemble their Avengers, they can go back and pull, like... The Iron Lad Kang can go and get the Young Avengers. The, Immortus can go get who they need to from their time period.
True.
Okay.
Are we ready to rate this movie?
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay. Out of 10.
10.
Brock says it's 10 out of 10.
No.
6.
I'll also say 6.
6.5.
Good.
You go first.
4.5.
I think I'm going to go 7.
Okay. Fair enough.
So.
All right. Well, check out our Pop Culture Week in Review. We're going to record that next. Sure, we'll talk more stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Too.
Please like, share, subscribe, invite. Have a great night.
Later.
See ya.